Friday. Oh, I didn't even realize this. Friday, August 13th, 2021. Today on the Daily Review, we discuss an FX show produced and written by Taika Waititi and Sterlin Harjo called Reservation Dogs, currently on FX and HULU. Join me, Joe LaRocca, the greatest show on the internet, sort of. Best show on the internet, I guess I'd say, according to me. Anyway, hey, this is a good little show. It is about a bunch of Native American kids on the reservation in Oklahoma, pulling off little crimes to raise money to go to California. Nice and simple. And like all Taika Waititi projects, he is incredibly good with children. He has done, Hunt for the Wilder People and Jojo Rabbit and Boy and a bunch of other movies that he's good. He's good dealing with the kids, as he is a big kid himself. Anyway, we get to know, there's only been 2 episodes that are released on Mondays. I watched both of them, and it's one of those great things that these creators are able to do, which is deal with a really dark issue, but with humor, like he was able to do with Jojo Rabbit, and it works really well. The cast is all people you haven't really seen before, and they're all actual natives, and all the show directors are natives, and a lot of the crew is native, so it's one of the first times in history that this has happened, Taika said. So the main character, I would say, is Bear, played by Pharaoh Woon Ati, or Atay, or Atai, I'm not 100% sure. Then Devery Jacobs plays Ellery. She's been in stuff. Paulina Alexis is Willie Jack, and Lane Factor is Cheese, and those are the Reservoir Dogs. So what happens in the first episode is we see kind of their way of life of stealing, and that their friend Daniel in the past year has died, and they just say that the res killed him because it's dangerous and there's a lot of crime, and they're part of it too. And then another gang has shown up in town, plus there's like a meth head gang that they sell a lot of their wares to. And you can kind of see all sorts of conflicts are starting to brew there. There's even a drive-by paintballing that they get hit with, which leads us to kind of one of the interesting factors of the show is that it does tons of film allusions. Obviously, the title is a take on Reservoir Dogs by Quentin Tarantino. This is Reservation Dogs, which is the name of their gang. There's like visual allusions to things like, obviously, Reservoir Dogs, but Platoon and Boys in the Hood, and also just in that scene, but there's a whole bunch peppered throughout. So it's definitely a show for people who are cinephiles, because I think that's also one of the reasons they want to go to California, is that they see it as this paradise, mainly probably because of the portrayal that Hollywood puts on them. Or America as a whole. It's got a lot of deeper meaning things going on with a bunch of pretty cute, funny jokes. I guess I would say my favorite aspect of it is our main character Bear. He gets knocked out a couple times and it sends him on this like little spirit vision quest things. It's not. I'm making it sound way more culturally insensitive, but it's not. He just kind of gets knocked out, and he sees this dude who is a warrior, who is at the whatever, he fought Custard, but he was just some guy who hardly made it into battle, and his dialogue is so funny, it's great. And then the policeman in town is a guy we've seen before. God, I wish I remembered his name. He's been in tons of stuff, and he's super funny. So yeah, I really think it's a smart, well-written show that's, you can't necessarily predict everywhere it's going. It feels fresh, and it's great to see a bunch of new faces on the screen. that have been underrepresented. I'm not being all, that's not why I like the show. It's just nice to see it, It's not a gimmick. It really is a story that needs to be told, So it feels good. And Macon Blair is in it. Yay. Anytime Macon Blair is in something, we have to be happy. Because we love him. Check out Justin Talks Movies, or Justin Talks Films, his channel. He did kind of a more in-depth recap of each episode, if that's what you're looking for. But, I just kind of wanted to bring it up and say, hey, this looks like it's going to be a good show that could go for a couple seasons even, and have some legs and really hit some important social messages while also having tons of comedy. It's all set up for the big thing. The message is, it's easy to be bad, but it's hard to be a warrior with dignity, which is really important in this moralist country we live in at the moment. I'm just kidding. Macon Blair is, he works at the, convenience store kind of place, and he's like, to Cheese, played by Lane Factor, he's like, if he just goes to him, he's like, if you're going to steal something, just show me what you're going to steal so I can put it on the books, because it makes inventory much more, And then the kid just picks up a lollipop and goes, and he goes, perfect, thank you. It's great. So yeah, some funny stuff. Where I actually got interested in watching, I saw he was on, Taika was on Jimmy Kimmel or something. Anyway, so cool. Let's do some music. Yeah, there's not a lot to say about, because I don't want to spoil anything, but there's this great, kind of depression that I mean that in a good way, kind of a depression kind of haze over the whole film that is then illuminated with the childlike spark of Taika and this Sterling Harjo. It's cool. I mean, it is definitely a pinch from the bottle of Jojo Rabbit. Be like, hey, we could kind of take this model and go to every catastrophe that's ever happened, every horrible human indignity, and maybe be able to talk about it without it being so dour, and get to a different audience than making a movie that's or a documentary that's like Life on the Res or something, where you're not going to get nearly as many people. You don't make friends with salad, right, Lisa? Okay. I'm going to try and, alright, I'm going to erase this song that I had right here, for people watching who know what's happening. And I'm going to do a fresh one. Okay. Whoa. Alright. There it is. It's gone. I'm going to do a fresh one live, just because we have plenty of time here. Okay. Look at that. It's that easy. Unless you thought that was really terrible, then I guess that would be embarrassing. Okay, talk to you soon. Check this out if you've got Hulu. And I don't know, I think in some place it's on FX Now or something in other parts of the world. Whatever that means. Okay, bye.